There's no better time to find out what Mazda can offer you than right now. Get 0.9% financing for 60 months on the new 24 Mazda CX-50, named an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus Award winner. Save thousands on your new Mazda right now at Team Mazda on Airline.
We're all about the sound effects here. Good morning. Yeah.
Man,
I know.
there are days where I really feel like I'm missing our chairs more than others. Today is one of those days.
It's been a minute.
I feel like I'm leaning a lot.
Yeah.
Like, this is where I lean.
Right.
I just don't, I feel like I need, my brother was in town recently, and he actually lived here for almost a year.
Yeah.
I don't know if he didn't watch us or what.
Yeah, during COVID times,
Exactly. But he was in town recently, and he noticed, he's like, do you guys not have chairs? Like, some days I miss them more than others. I feel like I'm missing the chair more today.
Well, Johnny reminded us right around, what, 5:30 or 6:30? He's like, at this point, we only have 3 more hours of programming to go. When you hear it like that, you're thinking, where are the chairs?
That's, you know what it was? That's when Steve
Yes.
threw the chair at him, and that's where the chairs have gone.
Correct.
Good shot, by the way.
Yeah.
Right before.
I'm coming off the top rope next, so watch out.
See right there, that took all the energy I had, and now I need to sit.
I know, sit again.
I need to
Gotta find that chair Johnny's on.
It's been a minute since we've had chairs out here. But
Yes,
there's no
it has.
chairs.
See?
You
It's
just
not a
sounded like
magic trick.
Seinfeld there for a second.
He really did. He sounded
Why
off.
is it? We don't have any chairs.
His gears are grinded.
See, that's about as weird an argument as Seinfeld used to have on
Well-
the show back in the day. But it's reality. Well, we got the sun's up apparently.
Yeah, and actually already today probably more sunshine than some of us saw really throughout the day yesterday.
gosh.
It was a pretty gloomy Tuesday, which helped keep temperatures down, but more sunshine out there this morning. That is our Sky 9 view brought to you by Our Lady of the Lake. It's warm, it's humid outside, and it'll be warmer today with more sunshine. Baton Rouge 79, Gonzales 77, most of us mid to upper 70s, although you got spots like Homa in the low 80s. Showers overnight and this morning and mostly been a little bit west and northwest of us. Rain chances will be lower today. A few spotty showers through the morning. Temperatures into the upper 80s at noon. We'll go with highs around 90, closer to normal today. And your afternoon rain chances running about 30%. Let's give you a look at those rain chances using Futurecast. You see the HRRR does try to generate a couple of spotty showers here mid-morning at 10 o'clock. Same story early afternoon at 1 o'clock. You see everything moving east to west, right? That's around that circulation down the Gulf of Mexico, which we'll talk more about in a moment. Late afternoon, 5 o'clock, you still see a few showers moving through, but you get the idea. Fairly isolated today compared to what we've seen in recent days. There is that circulation I was just mentioning, potential tropical cyclone number 1, and for the first time we're now seeing some storms fire near and south of the center this morning. I think with that happening, good chance we'll see this upgraded to tropical storm Alberto later this morning. But in our part of the world, here's the key message. As this continues to wind up and move westward, it's pulling moisture away from us, and that's why we will be trending drier. Now, as of 7 o'clock, not given a name yet, but winds at 40 miles per hour. That's tropical storm intensity. So the one thing we've been waiting on is for that center to get better organized and some thunderstorm activity near it. So again, looks like that may be starting to happen. Regardless, name or not, it heads westward into Mexico. But note, tropical storm warnings well up the Texas coastline because some pretty strong winds extend well away from the center. So we've got potential tropical cyclone number 1 that could become Alberto. And then the tropical weather outlook, the National Hurricane Center continues to spotlight the same general area for potentially a second system by the weekend. Right now, development odds listed at 30%. The trend recently has been even if we get something, it may kind of follow a similar path, so not too worried about it. A 20% chance of development still east of Florida. Also not too worried about that one. We'll keep an eye on it. So locally, the main headline here is drier and hotter over the next several days. Highs, in fact, could hit the mid-90s Friday into the weekend. Rain chances the next several days, 20 to 30%. And I've got mid-90s sticking around through next week. Rain chances might see a slight uptick. All right, 7:07 with an update now on the Wednesday morning drive. Here's John.
Hey, thank you, Steve Caparata. Good morning, everybody. Not too bad this morning. A little bit of traffic here and there, and take you out toward the Denham Springs area. Denham into Baton Rouge, right past the Amite River Bridge on toward Jefferson Drusilla, which is that intersection right there. Not bad this morning. So make your way over to the 10 1012. Had a stalled vehicle blocking the left lane on I-10 West. That was right here, right past Essen. That's no longer a factor. Never really created any huge backups. We've had a very light flow of traffic in and around the area this morning from our Gordon McKernan First Alert Traffic Camera Network. That looks good at College Drive all the way into the downtown area. All of our drive times are very, very good this morning. 16 coming out of Gonzales, 11 minutes from Juban to the 1012 out of Denham, and 3 to 4 minutes into the downtown area. Bridge traffic in LA1 fine in the background. 7:08, we have a kind of a busy morning. We'll update you on some of the headlines you might have missed during 9 News this morning. We do it here on 9 News Now with Liz and Matt. All of that's next. Stay with us.
Hey there, 7:09 your time. Let's kind of take you through some of the headlines we're following for you this morning. Actually, need to get your attention on a shooting in Baton Rouge. The latest shooting investigation from EBRSO. Got one victim here?
I believe so. This is on the Maplewood shooting here.
Yeah.
We're told that this started with two groups actually kind of arguing, getting into a fight. We're told a man was left in critical injuries after a result of all of this. This happened sometime Tuesday afternoon as you get a look from the scene there. You can see it's the corner of Maplewood, Delark, where you saw a bunch of sheriff's units set up along with BRFD. Let's see what was a result of this. They're asking folks in this neighborhood, maybe calling some tips. What could that have dispute been that led to that?
So yeah, make the phone call, see if you can help them out. Speaking of making a phone call, so that's a Crime Stoppers phone call, right? 911 is the number to dial here. That, who you're seeing right there, Sean Simeon. Now Liz, they say is a work release inmate who literally jumped out of a transport van?
Yeah, this also happened Tuesday afternoon around the same time of these shootings. So there was a lot of headlines we pushed to your phone. Yeah. He's actually an inmate from Calcasieu Parish from first-degree robbery charges. We're told he had about a year left on a sentence that he was serving at a work release inmate program in East Baton Rouge Parish. Well, as Matt mentioned, we're told he jumped out of a transport van sometime before 5 o'clock Tuesday evening, right around Plank and Hooper Road. That's why you may have seen a lot of different units out there kind of working to find him. They're asking for folks to keep their eyes peeled. So as you look at his picture here, take a good close look, even share the story on social media. That's going to help get him back. And Matt, the number's not Crime Stoppers this time. It's 911.
You're right. This is kind of a crime scene you've seen bits and pieces of here. We're talking about Daniel Callahan, the man arrested now and charged in the murder kidnapping of two young Louisiana girls, one murdered, and then of course their mother as well. And so there was some conversation, Liz, about jurisdiction. Louisiana, Mississippi, federal court. Looks like Fed court next week. Yeah,
in Mississippi. In fact, he's going to go, Daniel Callahan will go before a judge there, magistrate judge in Jackson. So he's going to set a preliminary and detention hearing there. June 25th is what we're keeping our eyes on here. But we've also learned in the last 24 hours he will also face federal charges in Louisiana. A judge here in the Middle District setting some charges, but they're also opting to seal this case. So a lot of those details do not get released. How else does this kind of play out as other charges come into play? Remember, we've got agencies from the local, state, and federal involved in this. FBI, in the meantime, still asking for folks to call in those tips as they work on the investigation side of this. Matt, there are so many moving parts and pieces to this awful story.
So we'll keep you updated online, of course, on air and through your app as well. Speaking of keeping you updated, it's been a minute for the East Baton Rouge Parish School Board. The district looking for a new superintendent. They've had an interim for a while, and the interim is now one of these semifinalists.
You see the 5 different names there on your screen. They are going to go through virtual interviews with the EBR school board. They're also working to figure out, okay, let's offer some meet and greets for the community. That is scheduled to happen next week, about a week from now. So you see various names, some of them familiar to you here. We're going to let you know as that progress gets underway. And you can see June 20th again to select those finalists for that meet and greet. Then the candidate live interviews, well, that's going to happen next week as well. Matt, that deadline is approaching for when they want to make their final pick, coming up on the beginning of a new month.
Well, the middle of this month. Welcome to Juneteenth. Welcome to June 19th. Okay, so we actually have some celebrations of the new federal holiday, right? That was what, 2021 that Joe Biden signed it into law, federal holiday. And so we've got Juneteenth celebrations in a number of places, including Baton Rouge. They got the big Unity Fest that was postponed from Monday. It's now going on today. Now, library is going to be closed. Oddly enough, that's where the Unity Fest is actually being held, the main library in Goodwood.
Yes.
But yeah, so some opportunities for folks.
It's intentional, so the parking lot stays open for folks who want to participate. Yeah. But you've also got Southern University, the campus there. They're offering a Meet the Entrepreneur series today.
Cool. Yeah.
A lot of folks who may be interested in becoming your own boss, your own business. Well, today you can go out to the John B. Cade Library on Southern's campus from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. They're going to offer that service to you. A lot of networking opportunities with local business leaders and folks from the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office to kind of guide you, maybe get things official.
If you're in Livingston Parish, you know where the Parts Park is there on Lockhart?
Yes.
They're going to have some stuff going on for Juneteenth as well. They get going at 1 o'clock, and there you kind of see a little bit of what's going on. So here's what we're talking about as we come up on just a minute left with you here on the Plus. Is the forecast, is the weather going to behave when it comes to all this stuff? Because look, some of the stuff was postponed, obviously on Monday, to get a better shot at some better weather. We'll see. Maybe bring the umbrella to keep the sun out of your head.
Hey,
Let me win, Bobby.
What?
What?
I hear voices.
What?
I hear voices.
Yeah.
Y'all hear Johnny?
Somebody killed Johnny.
Well, you know,
Hey, did anybody tell you we do a thing at 7 every morning?
I have never heard such whining going on in my life. Here you go.
You get a nice chair?
Here you go.
Wow.
No, for him.
Oh, it's for me.
Look
Might be a little bit too short.
That's nice. Look at that.
What else can I get you?
Oh,
Slippers?
geez.
Careful.
You're not
Careful.
going over. You're not going over. Just relax.
Look how tiny he looks.
He's so... Look at that.
I don't think I've seen Matt sit ever. This is a welcome sight.
I may never get up again.
There you go. No more whining.
I remember when.
He gets to keep your chair from now on then.
Yeah, I see why they make a stand. This would be
If you're ready for a do-it-all vehicle with smooth handling and smart interior styling, look no further than the new 2024 Honda CR-V. Once again named a Car and Driver's 10 Best Trucks and SUV list. Come save on your new CR-V right now at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda.